All right, folks. Good morning. Just getting up. Got up a little late, 8 o'clock. Uh, so the game plan today is to go ahead and get that door on and see what else we can get done. I'll do a little bit different today. I'll stop and get a couple progress videos instead of just a recap. Kind of see as each section goes because I think we'll get quite a bit done today. Of course, it's raining outside. I was going to go for a bike ride, but that's not going to work. But rain's out, which means grinding on fiberglass be a lot less dust. So, let's just make a day of it. Again, just to review, we got that door done today, or yesterday, last night, early. And then we got everything laid out. Did a quick inventory. It's kind of a mess as I was picking things up and just, holding them and making sure everything lined up. Not sure I'm going to attack the handles or any of that since the door cards aren't going to go on. And there's the weather strip and door regulators. So I think we're in good shape there. I did manage to lose, I think when I was cleaning, I managed to lose a couple of these plastic washers. So I'll have to, they'll probably on the floor when I move the truck. And then I got to clean underneath the truck at some point so I can drop it onto the dolly, and we'll go through that process. Other than that, the firewall stuff's going to stay, and I'm not going to put the suspension on. I'll continue to build it up as I get the pieces, and then the goal will be just to lift it up as an assembly and then stick it on there as soon as it's done. And then depending on, we'll see tomorrow, as much as I get done today, we'll probably start ripping this thing apart. It's right out of the GT350. So that's the plan. We definitely have a direction, so we're not just milling around the garage trying to find stuff to do. Anyway, yep. So we've got a plan, and we'll get on it, and we'll see how far we get. So 8 o'clock start time. Still got one more coffee to drink. Did spend about an hour watching YouTube videos, Goon Squad and Lawrence Tolman, LT from Trucks, I think it was, or Powered Hot Rod Engines or something like that. He's got his own channel now. Might check him out. He's building an ugly truck, pretty neat, and a all-wheel drive Silverado. Basically watch him every week. It's pretty good builds, and love that junkyard 8.1 he's got. Talk to you later. Okay, I got the template already on. It's quick. Everything's marked. And then the other thing I did on this one, so just because, I'll notice, but this distance right here, you kind of measure it up on the belt line so that notch is even with the belt line. But when I did this side, you can kind of see we got a little bit of a reveal there, not quite on the belt line, so I offset it because I want both sides to match. So I'm gonna go ahead and drill out the holes for the actual hinge piece, and then I may need to slightly oval them, but I'm gonna kind of base it on making sure that I've got the same amount of reveal on this side, just because I want both sides to be exactly the same. Anyway, alright, time to cut. Okay, well, it's about 9, so an hour in. I've got both the slots squared out. Hopefully they're about in the right place. I may have to waller them out just a little bit, but template definitely helps. And then the door is done as far as all the hardware. Go over here. And you'll notice there's different colors and wrong hardware in there, and it won't be the first time either. I either lost the bolt or it wasn't in there, but no matter. It's just a 1/4-20. The other side's got a stainless looking one. I've got a black one in here. Doesn't really matter. All this stuff is going to get probably damaged as they're sanding and painting and whatever. So just moving on from that, I'm going to replace all of this, either color code it with the truck or decide if I'm going to go chrome or something else. These are the fasteners that are supposed to come, or they do come with the kit. I probably just, it probably rolled or something somewhere, or I put it in a bag. I could have spent 25 minutes looking for it, or just grab another 1/4-20. And then similar on the other side. Supposed to have these countersunk guys, and of course I couldn't find the other two, and I know I've got a whole bag of these somewhere from another project, and of course I can't find them right this second. So I just went ahead and got some button head ones, and if I need to go to Lowe's or call Factory 5 or something and have them send, again, not a big deal. It's not going to stop me from hanging the door, and then nor will it do anything as far as hurting my progress. Now you'll notice that when I go to paint after I just did all the lineup on the door, these guys are probably gonna have to come off. And what I normally do is put some pilot holes, alignment holes, in little places along the body to make sure the body goes right back to where it was when we took it off, since everything is based on that. I will also do the same thing on these hinges. What I'm going to end up doing is I'll probably put a small pilot hole in here as an alignment pin, and just slide a drill bit through. So there'll be one small hole in each one of these, which will allow the painter to get behind here and clean and get all down in these edges, because that's the part you're going to see. All the while just making sure that when the steel interior bracket goes back in, everything lines up. Also, Factory 5 gives you on the back side of this piece, and I didn't drill them yet, but there is a hole, 1/4-inch hole there, to help you align everything up. So that will get drilled out once I'm happy with everything, and that will kind of set where the door goes back together again, so I don't lose the gap in the fit while I'm trying to muscle around a whole bunch of painted parts and then inevitably scratch something on assembly. I don't care how careful you are, you always end up nicking something that you have to go back and fix. But door's all ready to go on, everything's loose. I've got to move that jack on the other side. It's my third hand, and it holds the door up while I line the pins. So stand by, and we'll hang the door. Okay, real quick, the other thing I do is I actually widen the top hinge mount bracket slot. You can see this is the stock size. The one closest to that's hardest to get to, I'll widen that one just to get a little bit more flexibility into the door alignment. And then on this guy, this one's actually easier to get to. You're supposed to run these carriage bolts, right? And you run those so that you don't need another two hands to put it in there. You can just quickly go in there with the wrench and just tighten it up. When I set the doors, I'm only using this slot, and then I just loosely place the other one in just to keep this bracket straight. When I finally get it all set, what I'll do is I'll just put a little smaller diameter bolt to get as much adjustability, and I'll just put a washer on each side. And again, you can get a wrench on the other side. It's a little bit more work, but you don't need to deal with those two while you're trying to. It saves a little bit of time, and 5-10 minutes here, like I was saying earlier, makes a big difference if you're trying to crank it out. And then again, because all this has to get kind of loose and taken apart, what I'll end up doing is I'm going to drill, once it's all done, I'm going to drill a hole through this and the chassis, again, as an alignment, just so that this goes right back to where it's supposed to go, and I don't have to worry about it. So those small little 5-minute, or 2-second here, again, 5-10 minutes, whatever, saves you on the end, thinking about not just putting it on and being done, but being able to take it off and put it right back, and you don't have to start all over again, which usually slows everybody down. But again, I just widened this, basically one bolt hole, just to get a little bit more adjustability, and I only do it on the top. The bottom one's fine. More to follow. Okay, and it's in the hole. The latches or the hinges are in. Of course, it doesn't go in straight the first time, but it's close up front. In the back, we definitely have some either trimming or movement. I think obviously everything is totally loose, so that's good, but which means at least the hinges are in the right spot. Once I tighten everything up, it should come in just like the other one. There's no reason why it shouldn't. And then real quick, as we're talking about the hardware I misplaced yesterday and today, I did find all the I lost them again. Oh, here they are. I did find all of the plastic washers and the infamous bolt that I said I probably misplaced. There it is. And the silver hardware. So again, a lot of stuff I initially thought might have been short, but yep, that's me, Eric Factor in effect. So yep, got everything I'm supposed to, and just working through. So it's still before noon, and the door's up in the hole. Okay, right at 12, and the center side door is on and closing, and the door striker's on, and it's gapped enough that I think the painter will at least be happier with this side. You can just smooth it down. Probably won't have to add anything. Anyway, let's just turn it around and take a look. Okay, so don't need this anymore. The door gap's nice, flush, both sides. Looks pretty good. It's in there. Again, the door pins for the hinges are not staked, so you can move it around, and the plastic washers are out. And it's still got a bunch of the fiberglass dust, but there we go. Do that again. Grabbing just a little bit. Not bad. Just gotta adjust the I think it's just grabbing a little bit on the side of this fiberglass as it runs through and hits the doorpost right there. So I'll just clean that up so that it goes in nice. But yeah, we're thinking all right, Basically, 3.5 hours to get this side done. Now I can start on the windows. So I've got basically all day today and half the day tomorrow to do windows as far as I can go, and all I'll do is just make sure I've just got to trim all this fiberglass out so the windows fit real good. As good as can be. I can always come back after he's gapped all this and come back and do that. And then, just like I said before, I did find the hardware, so that was on me. Just a lot of stuff being thrown around the garage. But yeah, pretty happy with that all the way around. Anyway. about 3:30, and I got the window in, and that's this basically done. I've got all the weather stripping in, so he'll have to clean up just a little bit. And, the painter, just the edges, maybe just take a little bit more off to give me a little bit more room on the window. But that's nothing that I can't do later, or after it's in primer or whatever. But yeah, so what I did is I got my battery charger here, my 12-volt supply, and just use this to run the window up and down. So yeah, works good, and we'll start the other side. I'm not sure I'll get the other side done today. It's already 3, been at it since about 8:30. I'll probably get the regulator in, the window, and make some measurements. Hit it, first thing tomorrow morning. Clean up the garage, and then drop it down. And I got to take all the door handles and stuff off for the painter. There's no need for that stuff to go over there. Anyway, that's the basic midday update. All right. Well, I said I was gonna not work on the window, but I did, and one thing led to another, and it's a little tight. It does go up and down. I'll have to, maybe tomorrow I'll go in and just grind off a couple valve, 1/8 inch or something off the top, get this so it goes up nice and smooth. It does go up and down. It's just a little slow at the top, and I think that's just because it's tight right in this corner. But anyway, it does go up and down. So we're done. The only thing I got left to do is just clean everything up and get it dropped down on the dolly. Like I said, I'll grind off a little bit more. I think it's like right in this corner that I need to get a little more aggressive with the cut. But yeah, complete mess in the garage. Hold on. So yeah, so this is all pretty much cleaned out. All that stuff I'm not going to use. It's all going to get bagged. You got to clean up all the extra. That's the hardware for the interior latches. And yeah, that's about it. The door belt lines came out. Like I said, I raised them just a little bit, and when the window went in, it leveled it up. So I do have that corner is just sticking out now a little bit from opening and closing the doors, but again, it's not bad. So nothing to tweak here too will work as soon as we're putting it back together again. I still have to drill all the little reference holes and all the latches and things, so that when I pop this off, it goes right back. But yeah, this is all, it's all done. Again, belt line looks pretty good. Yeah, gap's nice and tight, not too bad. Better than the other side. I think the painter will have a lot more fun on this side than the other. Yeah, the only thing I did mess up, and I'll fix it, is I'll probably fix it before I go in tonight. Let me open this door. I was grinding the interior of the door, and somehow, I don't know if you can see that, I actually cut through the door on this side. So that's okay. Well, things happen. That's why we do it this way and let the body guy mess with it afterwards. But yeah. So is that day 6? And day 6, and I think we're ready to go to the body shop tomorrow. So tomorrow really isn't work on the truck. Not sure if we count that as a day or not. We're gonna, like I said, I'm gonna do a little bit of grinding on the driver's side door, but really tomorrow is just cleaning the truck and dropping it down on the dolly, getting the trailer, and getting it over to the painters. So phase 1 is complete, and I'm guessing Monday we'll start on the motor, and hopefully rear end may show up, next week at some point. We can put some brakes on that, but yeah, full pull this week, and think we hit the mark. We said everything, rolling doors and everything up and down by Friday. Missed it by a day, but I think I'm about a half a day ahead. I thought I was going to be working all the way through Sunday, trying to get the doors done. But yeah, looks pretty good. And you can see, it's still dirty, but basically all in. A little bit of cleanup to do in there, and that all looks good. Yep. And you can see this one went into, this one is a little bit different. I had to reverse some of the hardware to get everything lined up, so that bracket's on the opposite side. And then I had to put a couple washers behind the top bolt there. But yeah, that's all part of it. And you can see I'm not even using the back half bolt, and how much I had to slide the top bracket aft. So a small bolt will go through there just to hold, but everything else fit fine. So anyway, more to follow tomorrow, and I'll get pictures and video of moving the truck into the trailer, and then yeah, we'll be cleaning the garage most of the day tomorrow. Take care.